visiting Kenko store. I'm going to show you how to load and adjust the XL Pro 29 series. I'm also going to show you how to change the ink roller. So first we'll begin with the basic loading instructions. What you'll notice is that every 29FF style gun has a latch and a cavity right here. This cavity is probably more helpful than the latch for opening the door. I would stick my index finger in the cavity and pull outward towards the latch and pull back towards the handle, and that opens your label holder door. In order to continue loading this gun, there's one other door that needs to be opened. That's on the bottom here. It's called the pressure plate. That's opened using these tabs on the right and left side of the gun. Simply put your index finger and thumb on it, pull, and that'll release the door. Now once you've got the door open, you'll notice there's a fairly large cavity right through the center of the gun, and that's the only place that the labels get threaded in the initial loading phase. So we're going to start by taking your labels, which are always wound in. That means the print or the labels are on the inside, the backing paper is on the outside. We're going to put that on the spindle so that they're coming off the back towards the bottom and then forward. Or what I like to say is if you pull on the tape, it turns clockwise. So again, we're going to go ahead and put that roll on there. And what I like to do is just pass it right through the large central cavity. So it comes out the bottom just like that. As you can see, it's through the large cavity. And then I like to close the label holder door so that when I flip the gun over, the labels don't go anywhere. And then I will pull about 6 or so inches out. Okay, now a lot of times there's an adhesive on the backing paper that can complicate things, so I like to get at least past the adhesive. And then you're going to close the door. Once you've got the door closed, you'll notice that the labels are pinched between the silver roller, that's your first fold, and these tabs on either side of the head. And then you've got your silver roller here. This is the next bend. We're going to take these labels, and what I usually tell people is use your right hand to squeeze the trigger, your left hand to hold the strip of labels. We're going to put that strip of labels between the silver roller and the large roller that's found here at this juncture. So that's how it's going to go in. And we're going to squeeze the trigger at the same time that we're feeding. You'll see it'll start gripping that paper pretty well. And then your label gun should start catching at the right position every time. Now, at this point, the label gun is completely loaded, and the labels should come out properly. Now, a lot of our customers are getting pre-printed labels, and they have a hard time figuring out how to get the print not to overlap with the custom printing that's on the label. So the first thing I will tell you is that the print head itself is adjustable. There's a screw on the right side and a screw on the left side. We simply loosen the screw and move the print head up or down to the correct position. There's another problem the customers are having, and that is that the labels are not feeding completely, and that usually is because of this, the position of this piece in the gun over here, and I like to refer to it as the stroke adjuster. But if we take a quick look at it, and the way I'm going to show it to you is by just opening the door, which is a lot harder to do once the labels are in it, but opening the door and then loosening up the label strip and showing you that there is a Phillips style screw here. That Phillips style screw kind of loosens this stroke adjuster so that you can move that up and down as well, and that'll allow you to adjust the stroke of the label to make sure that the labels are hitting in the right spot to feed. Now it happens to be that this one's in the perfect spot, so I'm not so worried about it. But if you do get your gun and you notice that you'll squeeze the trigger and the label won't feed properly, in other words, when I try to lay the label down like this, it won't come out, or it'll start causing jams and so on, then you probably need to adjust the stroke adjuster. Okay, now the last thing I wanted to show you was how to change the ink roller. If you'll notice on the top of the gun where the print heads are, there's two knobs right in the center here. You squeeze them together and lift up, and your printer assembly or your ink roller assembly comes out, There's a nice spring loading the ash in there. And what you'll notice is that on the ink roller itself, you don't pull the ink roller out actually. You pull the entire ink roller assembly open, and then you take the inker along with the plastic I guess container. So your typical printer will come in a package with this plastic piece. If you get a package that doesn't have this plastic piece, you got the wrong ink roller. And then again, the way to put it back in, you'll notice there's some tiny grooves here. That's really where your thumb and your index finger are going to go on the other side, and then you're going to squeeze. You're going to put one end in and then squeeze until they snap in place, just like that. And that also helps keep your hands from getting ink all over them. Make sure to visit Kemco Store for all your labeling needs.